Hey everybody, welcome to Mim's house again. It's a little different, my background's a little different because I am now in my new craft room. I had announced it in the last video. I had already went and bought the paint and everything, so here it is. I've painted the room and I'm getting ready to get set up. I've gotten some things already in here. Got my desk set up. I'm right in front of a window so I can see outside. I may even put my hummingbird feeders out there so I can watch them while, in between putting little tiny beads on the pictures. Yeah, we got several things that I want to show you. An update on where I'm at on the picture. Got to get it done. I've been kind of very tired, even though I've done this. Of course, I'm tired, but I've kind of put this off because of all the other stuff. But we're on the very last little square, and I'm going to move my stuff out of the way. Some of the stuff, just so I can show you, and I'll lift it up. Oh, there goes my lot pad. And some of the things, but, oh, you can't see it. I'm so sorry. Let's see if I can hold it in a way that it won't. There we go. You can see it now. See, we just have this little bit right here left to do. And once that's done, I'll have something else to get going. I'm going to do some videos to show you some of the ones that I've gotten before I started vlogging. And so I've got a pretty good stash built up, much to the husband's chagrin. But he's happy, I'm happy, and I try to get them on sale or as low price as I can get them, and sometimes it's hard to get them low price because you need size for it to look right. This is probably the best. I wouldn't go under the 45 by 60 for this one because you are losing like the little details. You see the hands, but and you can see the porch and all. So I'm happy. It would look better even bigger, but I'm very happy with this one. Oh, my lot pad's coming out from underneath it, and I'm losing a few of my beads, which probably where I've dropped them and just didn't see them on the other thing. But I do have a spare, I do have an open spare one of these for me to put in good drills, good diamonds that I've dropped, and I can't remember which one it went in. So at the end, I will put them in the correct colors, so that way I don't waste anything. So anyways, you can see the color it is, and it was on my hand. You probably couldn't tell. You probably couldn't tell that. But I did. I had it all over me. And I'm like, I should do a vlog and say, can anybody tell me what color they think it's going to be? And it would have been on, on my hands, But anyways, we got a small package to open. We've got a large package, and both of these, I believe, are from AliExpress. I don't have my phone in here, again, so to tell you how much I paid for them. So I can edit it and put it on at the end of this right here, so after I open them up. I also have some artwork, some of my artwork that I've done. It's not all of it, it's just some that I actually have an opportunity to show you because a friend of mine, whom these are hers that I painted for her, let me store them for a little while for her. So I'll be returning them to her soon, so where she moved, she'll be able to put them up for, in her place. And I'll show you each one of those in just a little while. I also have it's a Bible timeline poster that I had seen on Facebook advertised, and I thought that would be very interesting to see what was happening in the world during the biblical timeline. It's in a circle. That's why I'm doing this number. I'm not dancing. So, yeah, that's what that is. I'm going to open that up and look at it for the first time. And that way we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to open this little one first. We always start with the big ones. And I hate to do this on top of my, I'm going to move it up forward a little bit. It shouldn't go anywhere. Woo. I'm going to need to get a little trash can in here. I'm just so excited about having my new, making sure I'm not, a new room to do everything in. I'm so excited about it. Let's see. Okay. These are, I got the whole pack. A lot of them. I'm going to share some with some other diamond painters. My daughter and my daughter-in-law, Jasmine. I was feeling around on it outside, like that little boy in Christmas Story when he got his little orphan Annie decoder pen, and he was, okay, but I didn't know what it was. I was like, what in the world have I ordered? There we go. What these are, and you've probably seen other diamond painters, if you watch a lot of diamond painters, they probably already showed you what they are, little funnels, and you put them in your, let's say I'm going to get a larger one, and they supposedly work really well with these. You can actually put them in like that, and it'll hold it for you. And that way, whenever you're putting in your diamonds, they'll go through. So let's try one. Do you want to try one? Let me pour out, let's do the 3 10s. Let me see. Where did I put my little tray? Okay, my tray is missing. It has flown the coop. I thought I put it up here. Let me see if it's behind you. Yep. Don't hide my stuff. It's somewhere. I'm telling you, I'm nuts. Mom, you're right. You always said I had this blindness that, it's right there in front of you. Can't you see it? There that went. I'm telling you, my vlogs is more comedy than it is anything else. So if you're bored, maybe I won't be so boring too. But I'm going to give one or two to Jasmine. You can use them for other things too, like, pouring your oil into the bottle, the old oil, and you put it. I always keep my old vegetable oil bottle whenever I'm cooking, deep frying or whatever. We're going to go ahead and pour them babies right on down in there. Get on down in there. Okay, now we're all empty. And there's only one. Look, only one didn't make it in. That's great. And 3 10s usually have a lot of junk in them, loose little pieces of plastic. Look at that. That worked good, didn't it? I've seen people say they stuck to them. I guess it's just going to matter to whether or not the quality of the beads or the diamonds. Some are more staticky than others. Got to have my bangs cut. My bangs. She's my hairdresser. I'll never let you meet my mom, so that way it's always like, does she really exist? She talks about her all the time. I know I had a mother. She has to exist. But to you out there, I'll have to make it to where you never meet her. She'll probably be happy with that. Don't take my picture. But yeah, I'm always talking about my mom all the time. I didn't notice that, how much I do, but I do, don't I? Okay, anyways, we love these. These were so good, and they compact. They're pretty compact and everything. So that'll be fun to give my daughter-in-law. So Jasmine, you got another goodie coming your way. You can use that, and I'll probably give you 2 of them since I got all these. I got the whole pack. And I thought, well, why not? Because she's gonna probably want one when she sees it. So I got you something. All right. Now, I do believe this no, I don't think it comes from Home Fun. Okay. It's another, it might be the Painting Imagine. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. After I get done with opening them, I will, oh dear. Do you see why I'm angry? What is that? We know what that is. Let's just cut the thing off there. Get off of my painting. Good grief, they put four of them. Look, I mean, how many? Seriously? You didn't need that many rubber bands. There's the drills and these wonderful, lovely things. Just, you come to me if you break your leg or your arm. I can put that on there for you, so that way when you ride to the hospital, be all right. We'll keep you good. Now this one comes with one of the nice clear ones, but it's not the glittery. Yeah, it is. I see the glitter. There's glitter on it, but it's very, very fine glitter. Regular rigmarole tools. Now you see, do you see what that does? Now look here. Let's just shove it in. Okay. I don't know why that thing's making noise. I don't have nothing plugged in that's supposed to make noise over there. Maybe my room's haunted. Well, I tell you, if it is, they don't want to let me know it, because I'll give them some scripture. I'll put what that Scorby on and run it 24/7. They'll listen to the Lord's word. They'll run. Believe me, they won't want to stay. All right, and that's why we all ought to be. You think you're gonna be an evil spirit in my house? And that's what they are. People say they see their family members. Their family members is either in heaven or in hell. It says so. You open your eyes whichever way you have chosen to go. And they're called familiar spirits. It's a part of the fallen angels that were kicked out. Satan, Lucifer, convinced a third of the angels who had seen God's face that he was going to overthrow God and that he was bigger than God and all this stuff. But he got booted out for it. They know your family members. They know they know your biggest desires. And a lot of people who really get into that stuff, they end up or vulnerable or grieving. He'll present this stuff to them, and they'll either believe it or whatever, or like me, you better just stay away from me. I'll give you some scripture, buddy. We'll play it 24/7 like they did Castro down there till he gave up. 82nd Airborne did that to Castro. And there's my daddy. Yeah, I'll talk about him too. He's got books I want to share with you. But look at this. I want you to look. Do you see it? You see that? is an extreme crease. Extreme crease. I'm very upset. Very. Very, very, very upset. I'm so mad because this is a Christmas one, and oh dear. Dear, dear, dear. I'm sorry I get off on other subjects that don't pertain to diamond painting, but you know, that's okay. Let you know a little bit more about me and who you're watching. Some people may not like that, and they may not want to tune in to somebody that talks about the Lord, but I love him, and I'm going to talk about him, and if you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to watch. And if you do, I'm glad you do watch, and forgive me for it, but I hope it makes a difference. But look at that. That is so deep into that picture. There's no way getting around it. This is going to have to be replaced. This is going to have to be replaced. It's horrible. It's in the back. I'm going to end up sticking it, pulling off those. See that? I'm just, after waiting on them from China for so long to get here, and I'm pretty forgiving over how things come in the mail, because you know, I've seen their warehouses. They stand on box. I mean, it's so deep with shipping boxes and things that they stand on them. They're in mounds, and they stand on them, okay? Oh, there went one of my, I know Frodo, my little doggy is down there. He went over to check on it. What's this? And see, you see these? You see these? Look at that. Honey, I don't even have to hold that up hopefully, let's see in the back. It's just that one crease that goes all the way down. I know you feel bad for me. I hope you feel bad for me. This is sad. This was a little girl, Christmas little girl in a Christmas outfit. And she's taking care of birds or something. I think she's at a birdhouse. And I was going to do this one it might have been after my other Christmas one. See, here is her. And see again, you can see the little rabbits and her little dress. You see? But look, this is horrible. I'll try to lay it out and flatten it, but it goes all the way to the other side. So I really doubt, very seriously. And there's other creases. I'm sorry. I've got to get better cameras. I will. Hopefully I get more subscribers, and that will help me. Share, like, and subscribe. It helps to subscribe to who you like to watch or whatever, because it helps us to be able to go out and do things to bring you more content. Okay, let's put that down there. I hope that this, if it's a home fund, I'm hoping that they will replace that canvas. I'm going to take some pictures of it. Disappointments. Went from elation to disappointments. And this is the picture. Oh, good. At least it comes with a inventory and some little baggies. Okay, let me show you the picture since I had, let's do it on this side. I'm going to flatten this out. like dollars, like a coin thing. And this is the little picture. She's holding, yeah, well, no. What is that? It's a bunny rabbit house in a tree. They have rabbits that climb trees. I don't know. That's about as bad as the octopus, the tree climbing octopus species they found and put the information on Facebook and on the internet. It was fake, but you wouldn't believe how many people thought it was real. A tree climbing octopus. Yeah. Well, that's about as like as that is a little rabbit in that house. Maybe she picked it up and put it in there. Now, how's it gonna get out? Is she being mean? Well, she got her Christmas clothes on. She shouldn't be being mean. It's still cute. I didn't even notice that. I thought it was a squirrel. You know, and so what I will do is I'm going to go through and I will go through and check off each one of them. And what I'll do is I'll leave them in this. And as I check them off, I put them down. I have like packs of 1, packs of 2, packs of 3, packs of 4, 5, 6, and then they get long. And that way I can put them back in really nice and neat. I'll put them in just like they have them here. But I will take this, I'll take one out, and then I will look. Okay, 349, the number is, I can't get my hands to work. I gotta get used to the setup. 349, and so on the sheet, there's 349. And it says that I have 2. You can see where they went through and checked them off, but I go behind them and check them off. So 2 bags, and I'll check that off. And so I'll leave them out, and then once I've checked all of them off to make sure I have everything, then I'll put a big check over here, put them all back in, and fold this back up, and put it back in the paper, and then whenever it's time to put them in my containers to do the work, I will actually enlarge this a little bit. What I'll do is I'll scan this and then I'll crop the page. It's got, let's see, I don't know how many colors. $54. I believe I've counted 54 colors. And you can see some of the symbols on there. And see some of these darker ones. I have to kind of play around with the lighting and everything on my scanner. Just dropping everything. Everything falls. Everything's falling. And then I will paste them. Not paste. I'll put them through. It'll come out in a sheet. I'll just do this part of it. This part right here. This will come off. And each one of it'll be fed through my little sticker maker. And I cut them each out, and the sticker maker allows them to stick on my things like that. And I've showed you in other videos, but some people haven't seen that. So, seen those other videos. So while you're here, if you have time, go look at those other videos that I've done. Hopefully it will help you. I hope you get into this hobby if you haven't yet. It's very addictive, but it's a really fun one because it benefits a lot of others. You can't always keep every one of them. And they're really economical gifts. I always harp on that. Give us gifts. Okay, now we are going to look at some of the colors. We have some that you saw this pretty Christmas red, and then there's a grassy olive green. There's so many in here. There's no way that I could go through all of these with you and it be. I'm just going to pull out some of them. Well, I hate to pull them out. They're so nice and neat. Let's see. maybe, nope, that's not gonna work, they're gonna come out the front. So now that's a plum purple right here, and see how long that is? Well, you can't even see that. It is a purple, number 154, and there's a lot of them. I don't know if you can tell if they're purple. You really can't. You see, I have a little light that's right here, and if I put it in front of me, then you see this little round light in front of my glasses, in my glass, you know, reflection. So there's grays, there's a deep red right there. You can't see that. I'm so sorry. The lighting isn't working with me today. I will figure it out, y'all. This is the first vlog in my new craft room, and we'll get it figured out as we go. And there's some yellow. There's one yellow. Let's see if that one's on the list. Now it looks like a 979. It's a 676, and see, I was ignoring the 7, it was upside down. 676 is one, yeah. So that's what you do. You go through and you eliminate them on there. Make sure you got them all. If you don't, you let them know. You let them know. Give them enough time to make it right. And if they don't, now if it's home fun, it's a dispute. I'm not fooling around with you, bunch of people, buddies. Because, no, it can't be home fun because they left a note on the, well, it's probably Painting Imagine store. It may be a different one, but I'll leave it after in just a few minutes. I'll go get my phone and I'll make another video and put it right in here. Okay, everyone, I went and got my phone, and as you can see, the little funnels right there, called New Diamond Embroidery Accessories Tool, and I paid $4.80, and I got 5 of them. I got 5 of these things. There's 3 there, and there's 2 over there, and so the total amount with tax is $5.14 for these little funnels that I'm going to share with everyone. So, oh, okay. Got to put the light back on. All right. Now, the Diamond Girl. It's a diamond cross stitch, small girl caring for a squirrel. Okay. They say she's a squirrel. Now let me see. What? First of all, let's see what. It's the Painting Imagine store. I should have known with a rubber band around it. The last one that came with a rubber band around it. Ruined, I mean, it was really bad. So this one is bad, even worse. So, I don't know. We'll see if they'll send me one, because it's like I'm complaining about every one they send me. I'm not trying to get free products or anything like that. I actually told them I didn't want on those 4 or 5 others in the other video, the last video. I told them I didn't need, what's the video before last, but I told them I didn't want to waste them and wait for them to come in again. And now this one comes, and it's just as, if not worse. So, you know what I mean. I hate to feel like I'm complaining all the time. Anyways, this is her, and she is not caring for a squirrel. That is a bunny rabbit. Let me see if I can't make that bigger for you, so you can see that I'm not losing my mind. Now, you can see that real good. I do believe. So tell me, squirrels don't have long ears. Tree climbing squirrel. Hey, I have to say, I shouldn't say, there's actually stairs in that tree up to there. So it's not a tree climbing squirrel, rabbit. It's a stair climbing rabbit. It's so funny. But anyways, I paid, this is fun, don't you think, $16.58 from the Painting Imagine store on AliExpress, and it is a 60 by 45, so it's the same size as the picture I'm doing now. So it's a good size. It should come out nice. I like how this one's turned out, so she should turn out really good. If it wasn't for a crease right smack down the middle, which is the worst thing you do with artwork. You never fold it. I remember my art teacher drilling that into my head. I had completed a calligraphy picture. It was so pretty, and I folded it like an idiot. And she says, well, guess what, Lara? You're going to have to redo that whole project to get a grade for it. Oh, I was so mad. I had worked on that so hard. And anyways, I learned my lesson. You don't fold or crease your artwork because, and I knew better than this because when you were little, I used to get the horse magazines and I would pull out, and in the middle they'd have a picture of horse, and it was always folded and creased down the middle, and you put it up on your wall, and all you ever saw was that stupid crease and wish you could get rid of that crease out of there, and it messed it up. Well, I've got to deal with this store. And I think I'm going to just write a note to them that, you know, I am one that don't like to waste things, but it seems like I'm having to complain about missing drills and creases, and I told them not to put rubber bands on them anymore. And I'm sure that's probably the last straw for Painting Imagine store. And they were so nice to send me my drill, my missing diamonds, whereas Home Fund didn't. So Home Fund's got good quality stuff, but their customer service is awful. Painting Imagine store has beautiful pictures that you can't get other places, and they send you your missing things, but they kind of hem-haw around about sending a new canvas when they have creased it with their rubber bands at their factory. So it's a toss-up. What would you do? Have you had problems with Painting Imagine store on AliExpress? If you have, please leave it in the comments below and let us know. Come here, Frodo. Come here, Frodo. This is little Frodo. He's due for a groom. He's a little long-haired. Your fro up there is getting flat, buddy. Yep. I used to do it for 7 years. Used to do his hair, but now I take him and have it done. I get too tired. All right. Let me get this picture for you. This is Tisnail. I've done this picture. It's colored pencil. Let's see. I'll set it on this. Try to get it to where it won't have too much glare on it for you. This is Tisnail. One of the great racehorses. Two-time winner of the British Cup Classic, which is very important. Frodo, would you quit? Trying sniffing my leg. Would you quit? This is John Henry. For any of you racing fans, you may know John Henry. This is my oil painting of him that I did. You can see he's got a carrot. Not really good with people as much. My daughter says I'm just fine. I guess I'm too impatient
to do as much details and things, so it kind of stays more of a, impressionistic type thing. Here's a small one I did in watercolor. So that was colored pencil, oil, and now there's watercolor that I've done for her. That was a present. She's my horse racing buddy. And that's an Arabian. And here is Funny Side. No, not Funny Side. Smarty Jones. I'm sorry. This is colored pencil. Colored pencil. I said it twice because my head was behind this. I was afraid you couldn't hear me. I'm sorry if I said it twice, you heard it twice. So that is, would you stop, Frodo? She loves this horse. He had banged his head and actually crushed some bones. I think it was this side of his face. He won a Kentucky Derby. John Henry was a grass horse. He liked to race on the grass. Now I'm also going to show you this one. And if you've been to Dollywood, you may have seen this carousel horse. This is the number 101 horse on the carousel. They call it Dolly because this is her, this is to represent Dolly. And I'm really surprised, a lot of times when I go, I don't see anybody riding this one because it's so big and grand and so pretty. I'm like, why is this one open at all? There should be somebody on it every time it goes around. But I don't know. They have a lot of the others that look more traditional. But I loved it so much I wanted to take and paint it. And so this is an oil. And that's it right there. I want Dolly to see it. Anybody know Dolly Parton? Please let her know I painted her horse. I think she would think it was pretty. I love it. Her horse is really pretty on that carousel. It's one of the original carousels, if I can remember correctly. Let me get this back up here on the wall. Hang it back. And that's the first picture that went back on there because of all the colors on it. Okay, now I'm going to get you, we're going to open up, let's see here. Okay, let's put this thing back up there. So it'll roll. Okay, now, okay, they have shipped it with staples in it, so it's going to be kind of hard to get out. No, my little scissors do anything with that. Let's see. Come on, little scissor. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We just bend them back. These old staples. It should come right off then. Once we get these staples out. Ooh, now that wasn't good. Away, Lara, away. Let's see if we can pry these staples out. It's not wanting to, so we don't want to hurt our little, there we go. I'll pull these things out of here before it hurts something. Okay. It should come right out now. There. I'll put it down in that little hole so it doesn't get in the floor, because I don't want no grandbabies. Sorry for the noise. I don't want no grandbabies get hurt. Okay. I can store diamond paintings in this. I like it. Thank you. I'm going to probably put that up on the wall, so I won't need this, but it's good to keep it. I'm not a hoarder, but I guess I get it from my mom and my dad. I like little boxes. I hate to throw away little boxes and stuff. I go into Hobby Lobby and they'll have little craft boxes. And I'm like, do you see this little box? Do you hear how it opens? The sound of it, I love it. Is that weird? Am I the only one that does that? I think my aunt said she also likes the, see, that's the package slip. I don't think there's anything else in it. And it is supposed to be laminated, okay, because you can get it laminated for a little bit more. It is supposed to be laminated, and it is. You can see it's laminated. And look at there. World History Chart in accordance with the Bible chronology. Isn't that nice? Showing in colors the descendants of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. That is Noah's children. After the flood, that was the three people that all of us go back to, that repopulated the whole world. It shows religious membership of the world based on latest available estimates is in this chart. So the Protestants in 1925 was 206 million, 1950 281 million, and in 2000 there's 396 million. So that lets you know the printing press and the missionary work has been helpful. It shows an example of it increasing, getting that information out there. So that's a good thing. As we view the paths trod by men and nations of the past and gather fragments of their history, mindful of the conditions under which they succeeded, and noting too those who have failed, there is brought before our eyes in blazoned words of fire this warning for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. And I will look that up. I'll find out what that is, where that come from, and we'll look that up and see if it is accurate with. I'm a King James Bible believer, so I don't like any of the others. I just like the King James. Anyways, you'll see the Adam and Eve and all that in the yellow, and it goes all the way around. And let's see. China extended from 2852 to 1122 BC, and that was when Shem was here. So I guess the more we look at it, and here you can see Sodom and Gomorrah right here destroyed in Genesis 19. That was during the, let's see, who and all was alive at the end of the In China, Fu He, the great benefactor, and let's see, Indo-German tribes go here, but along with King Ninus, Abraham was 86-year-old when Ishmael was born, and that was just before that. Of course, we do know that because, Abraham met with the angels before they went into Sodom and Gomorrah. So you can go through here. Where is it? Blimelech, right here. It even says horses came from Iran, right there. And then Joseph interprets Pharaoh's dream here. So there's a lot. And then there's more information over here. And then they have on the sides here an index. If you're looking for a particular person, you can index this. And then there's some that says the dream, Pharaoh's dream, butlers. Because we know Joseph interpreted the king's dream. He also interpreted the butler's dream, and that's who told the king when the king was really weary and worried about a dream he had and couldn't understand it. So the butler overheard and said, "Hey, there's somebody that I know that interpreted my dream, and it was right on. Here, you might want to call for this guy, Joseph, who was in jail at the time." And it impressed the king so much that he
made him as high as he was. He was as high as the king. He was given honor as high as a king. And so out of bad things, where his brothers, I'm going to put it on the floor, you can hear it. Even though his brothers sold him into slavery, the Lord will use bad things to make good things. He will allow something like that to happen. You think, well, why does he allow things to happen to good people? Because it makes them stronger, and he trusts that person can get through it because they love him. And I've had a lot of health issues, and I still love him. It's not his fault. Mankind fell a long time ago away from God, and it caused a domino effect onto people. So we wanted to go at our own, and so we're going at our own. And it brought in things that he knew it would, but he allowed us to have our free will. And so here I am. I love my Lord, and I'm going to talk about him. Love my diamond painting. He allows me to have the money to be able to do it and to enjoy it and to be able to talk to you. Hopefully, I'll have some other videos coming up. I'm deciding on whether or not to do the book review and interview with my dad yet. I kind of wanted to wait until I had more subscribers. That way more exposure for him. He's 77 or 78. And I really would like for people to be able to read his books and see his storytelling. It's really good. They're family friendly. I'm not going to say Christian because they're not like, pushing that. It's just family friendly. Doesn't have cussing, doesn't have bad situations that you don't want to read about. You don't want, so anyways, it's really good, action-packed. He's got 3 of them on Amazon, and we will be going over them soon. I'll probably do a quick review of them, and then once I get more subscribers, I'll do an interview with him. So I'm glad you got to see some. This is just a few things of mine, artwork, before I give them back to my friend. And I may do a live broadcast, a live YouTube broadcast of diamond painting. So be looking for that. Remember, Jesus loves you. I love you. And even if you hate me, I love you. The Lord loves you more than anything in the world. And it's a great love. It's the best in the whole universe. The stars listened for him to call them by name. He hung them. And he named them all. So you are so very important to him. He loves you so very much. Don't you let anybody tell you different. Don't you let anybody or any voice seep into your head and try to tell you, well, where was he when you had this problem? He was right there holding your hand. Is where he was. Satan sure wasn't. He was laughing that you were going through it. So don't you dare, don't get discouraged. I'm right here praying for you, and I will see you again soon. Like, share, and subscribe. Please subscribe, and go like and share my other videos. I hope that it has helped you, and I really enjoy doing them for you, and I will see you later.